So I don't exactly have the measurements down, so I called Fumble Mitts up. He gave me the measurements for his canoe, so I kind of based it off. I bought some 600D denim waterproof waterfowl camo fabric. I'll try and walk you guys through what I'm doing. And yeah, I've actually already started, and I'm like, oh wait, I should make a video. So sorry I'm a little late, but here it is. So the first thing I did, I traced an outline with white on the back side of this fabric. So this is waterfowl camo fabric, and it is waterproof, kind of like a canvas deal. And so I used a white marker and marked the outline on either end. I left a flap, so this down will flap over the front of the canoe, and then I cut 2 side pieces out also from this. So I've got, this is the top while I'm in the canoe, and then I already cut the side pieces, and I'll be sewing 18 inches of cloth on the side to cover up the side. So I gotta give credit to Mama Golden for teaching me how to use the sewing machine. She showed me how to hook everything up and showed me how to sew. The first piece of fabric I sewed together, I sewed it backwards. So she's like, ooh, I've got this fancy tool that you can use. And yeah, I had to use that right away, and hopefully I don't have to use that again throughout the whole process. But thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
I'm using a cross stitch versus just like a straight line. I figure that that'll hold up a lot better than a straight line. I'm using nylon industrial for the thread. And then every once in a while, if I'm trying to get something straight, I'll use pins to help me keep the fabric straight and in line. So these pins, I can actually sew right through them, so I can leave them in and sew over them, and then I can just take them out. Always remember to take the pins out so you don't stab yourself later. I'm having issues with this sewing machine. Mom went to bed, and I've been trying to get this thing to sew for like the past hour. I'm gonna call it quits for tonight, and I'll start back up tomorrow. Well, Mama Golden was able to fix the sewing machine this morning, and I've got the outline done. So basically this is just a top cover with sides on it, and the nice part about this is on each end I'll be able to hook on the front of the canoe because there's corners sewed in the fabric. So I've got an 18-inch side, and then I've got the outline of the canoe on top. So next thing is doors, and then I'm gonna have to find some type of thread that I can sew in like every foot or so to be able to tuck grass and other natural covering. Well, I've got my doors measured out, and I laid out the PVC and then measured it, and so then next I just have to cut the PVC. I'm cutting some PVC for the door, and I'm gonna sew the canvas around the PVC. One down, 5 to go. Well, this side's looking pretty close. I think I'm gonna shorten this one a little bit, and then I'm gonna match all the measurements and make another door. So the doors are gluing right now, they're drying, and I'm cutting the doors out of the main canvas. I know what you're all thinking, that there's not going to be enough fabric on here to cover the PVC, and I know that, so I'm gonna sew another 2 or 3 inches of fabric along the edges of these doors, and then I'm gonna sew them around the PVC. So that's the plan anyway. This part requires a lot of cutting and measuring the fabric around, so that's why I'm working on the floor. And I'm working on the cloth enclosure for the doors. So here's the PVC door, and then this fabric, this is the inside of the door, this is the outside, because this is upside down right now. Let's see if it fits. Oh man, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Sweet. I just gotta sew this seam. I just wanted to make sure it was gonna fit. And so I can pin the seam up, and I can sew this baby together. Well, it's been almost a month since I started this project, and now I'm on to sewing the strapping on to tuck grass and stuff in. So let me show you where I'm at. So I bought this inch long strapping. Here it is in a roll. I bought a bunch of rolls of it. And so what I'm doing is I'm pinning it in, and then I'm gonna sew every 6 to 8 inches. I want big gaps so it's easy to put grass in. And then I'm gonna do this all around the top on the doors, and I think I'm gonna do at least one round along the edge, because this will be on the side of the canoe. These doors come out. So on this strap, I'm going across and back. That way I don't have tiny knots. Alright, I gotta try and move to the ping pong table. This is too much. It's quite a bit easier. The thing that was nice about the ground was I could lay out the whole layout blind, but this is way more comfortable. So I'll try this for a while. Well, putting on the strapping is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. It's not turning out as well. It's looser than I want it to be. Some of these are pretty loose, so I'll have to zip tie some stuff in. Man, this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be to put this strapping on. I'm not too far. I've got one door done and just the back. So I've got a lot of feet more to put on, but it's just taking a long time because one, you gotta pin it in. Well, you gotta cut the strapping, pin it in, and you gotta sew it, which is more difficult than just sewing seams because each one is only like a tiny inch of the strapping, and it's hard to maneuver around the sewing machine because I've got a whole bunch of fabric to move around just to sew, you know, a little piece. So it's a lot of work, but it's gonna be super rewarding if I shoot some ducks out of here, I can tell you that. Having to, you know, pin in each spot that I want to sew to an attempt to keep the strapping tight. So it is taking a while. This door is finished. I think it'll be tighter once I put the doors in, but it is looser than I wanted it to be, and taking longer than I thought it was gonna be. I'm working on the front of the canoe now, and I'm just pinning them in like I was before, and then tucking this edge under the sewing machine and just sewing right across. This is rough. Dead freaking gummy. Well, I bit the needle. I broke one other needle today, and now this is the second needle I'm gonna have to replace. I got some pretty hard on this stuff. Clearly, I'm not a professional. Come on. I'm struggling. So this is the third time I'm working on this canoe blind, and today I'm working on the strapping for the side, and then I'm gonna hem up and sew these edges so they don't fray. The stitching was becoming kind of loose, so I turned this to a higher number, and now the stitching is tighter, more like this. So it's a lot better now. So now I'm working on this bottom edge to keep it from fraying. I pinned it over, and I'll sew all along this edge here, all around the bottom seam. That way it doesn't fray. Alright, so all the strapping is on This is the layer I was working on here. It's the last strapping layer. And then I sewed the bottom of this. That way it wouldn't fray. So now it's onto the doors. Bought these Bimini boat fittings. And so this will be for the hinges on my doors. And then I've got these 2x2s that I'm going to screw these hinges into. And these PVC pipes fit into the fabric of the door. These fit in pretty snug. This fits quite a bit tighter than I wanted it to fit. It does fit. Just really tight. It helps I didn't sew that together. Right there. Right. This will fit better when I get these threads out. There we go.
Wait, why am I in this game? What the heck? Wait, there's actually people here? This is an actual game? The heck?
Hey, Beck.
What?
What game are you playing?
Fortnite.
Okay.
Get wrecked! Oh, you suck.
Brother's playing Fortnite. If you hear anything, get one.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to make a video and you keep screaming in it because you're playing Fortnite. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I know you're making a video.
You don't. Now you do.
Well, I'm still gonna be talking.
I know. That's why I didn't ask you to stop.
I just got sniped.
He just got sniped.
I just got sniped.
Ladies and gentlemen, Beck Shorty. What's your name, Beck? On your...
I ain't telling you my name.
Why not? Bighorn. Bighorn 14 just got sniped.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, huh? See what we got. It would be nice if they laid more open. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad there. These wooden pieces will sit on the top of my canoe. Look more like this when I'm in it. So I'll be able to see my face. Theoretically, anyway. Not sure if I need to put a few more screws in it or I think I will. Just to be on the safe side.
Oh, I killed them all. Aiden, I'm going fishing.
What are you fishing for?
I'm fishing for loot.
For what?
Epic loot.
Is that a type of fish?
Yeah.
Epic loot?
Epic loot. I kind of flop it.
Will there be a point in your game where you can take a 30-second break and take a video of me?
When I die, I can.
Okay, next time you die, can you do that?
Yeah.
For me? Thanks. How often do you die?
I never die.
Well, this is 97% finished. Got all the strapping done. I got the PVC mounted to the wood 2x2s for the frame for these doors. Next, just gonna put on the kayak and grass it in. So I'm super happy with this. This is, I bet I've spent 12 hours at least on this blind. So if I can shoot some ducks out of here, it's gonna feel good. As you can see, I'm filling in my boat with smartweed. This is my first hunt in this canoe blind. And here's the final version of the canoe layout boat, guys. This worked well for me today. Shot 5 ducks so far. Doors closed and open pretty well. I wish they went all the way flat, but that's about as far as they want to go. I can still shoot fine out of it, but I think it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with it.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here